Hey there. How can I help you? I love playing strategy games like Rimworld and building/survival games. I also enjoy open world exploration and creative type gaming like Minecraft. My favorite type of music to listen to while gaming is definitely a mix between pop and EDM, something with energy that keeps my spirits high. I especially love listening to upbeat music when playing Rimworld because it gets me so hyped up for building bases, farming, and expanding my colony. That's a tough one. It's hard to choose, but I'd have to say Rimworld is my favorite. Ever since I started playing it, I've been hooked. There's just something so captivating about building your colonies and trying to survive in the harsh environment of the game. Plus, learning how different characters interact with each other is really interesting too. My favorite gaming moment happened while playing Rimworld. I was helping a group of colonists survive in the harsh environment and they had finally managed to build a self-sufficient base that could sustain them for longer periods of time. It felt like such an accomplishment, watching my hard work pay off. Absolutely. I always recommend starting with something basic yet challenging like Rimworld. It's a great way to learn the basics of gaming and have some fun while doing it. Plus, there are tons of mods that you can add to the game so your Rimworld experience will never get boring. Just keep exploring and experimenting and you'll be able to make your own custom version in no time. I think the gaming industry is doing a great job in terms of pushing out creative and innovative content. I love seeing all of these new titles coming out that offer different experiences, as well as how technology is allowing us to even further immerse ourselves into virtual worlds. It's thrilling. Well, I think the latest trends in gaming are great. It's nice to see more developers experimenting and pushing boundaries when it comes to innovation. It definitely keeps things fresh for gamers like me who've been around for a while. I have to admit, I'm a bit of an old-school streamer. I've been watching people play video games for quite some time now, so the folks I usually watch are those who established themselves early on and become veterans in their own right. People like Dr. Disrespect, Summit 1G, Professor Broman, and High Distortion are definitely at the top of my list. My dream game would be an open-world, story-driven adventure game that blends RPG and action elements. A world filled with interesting characters and places to explore, tough decisions to make, and meaningful progression in a variety of gameplay systems. I think the perfect way to bring it all together is with a branching narrative system where player choices have real consequences on the outcome. My favorite gaming character is Lara Croft. I have been playing games featuring her for years and she's always been such a strong female lead with an amazing adventure. She has gone through so much but still never gives up, and that's something that really resonates with me. My favorite way to relax after a long day of gaming is by taking a hot bubble bath and listening to some soothing music. I also like catching up on the latest shows or movies with friends, or playing board games. I usually watch a variety of shows, anime, cartoons, and TV series. I also like to check out some YouTube channels for game reviews and analysis. Recently, I've been trying out some new indie titles from Steam and watching the playthrough videos of streamers who are exploring those games. It's fun to see their adventures. I think the current streaming platforms are great for connecting with viewers and creating a community. They have allowed more people to start streaming games than ever before, and I'm excited to be a part of that growth. The tools available on these platforms make it easy to get started, but also provide plenty of options for experienced streamers too. I think gaming is going to continue to evolve and become more immersive. We're already seeing a lot of new innovations like virtual reality, motion controls, and larger online communities that are making the experience even more exciting. I think we will see gaming become something completely new in the future. I think the competitive gaming scene is fantastic. There's a huge range of players and games to compete in, so it's become an incredibly vibrant and multifaceted world for gamers to come together. I'm especially excited about how all kinds of esports have been growing over the last few years. It's made for some amazing spectacles and rivalries. I think in-game chat can be a great source for players to connect and socialize, especially during these times when we are all stuck indoors. However, I have also seen it become a platform for people to spread toxic messages or harass other players. It's important that gamers use their words responsibly and stay respectful of one another. I'm really impressed with how far gaming technology has come. The graphics, speed, and sound capabilities are so much better than when I first started playing all those years ago. It's amazing to see the progress that's been made in the industry, and it makes me excited for what the future of gaming holds. I'm really excited for some of the upcoming releases. I'm most looking forward to Call of Duty, Modern Warfare and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Both games look like they have fantastic graphics and immersive storylines, so I can't wait to get my hands on them. I think a great gaming experience comes down to having an immersive game world and engaging mechanics. An important part of this is the story and how it's told, whether that's through dialogue, cutscenes, or simple environmental clues. I also value games with interesting characters, either NPCs or online opponents depending on the type of game you're playing. But most importantly for me, a great gaming experience needs to be fun. After all, no amount of narrative elements can make up for unresponsive controls or lack of challenge. I think the biggest difference between a great streamer and a mediocre one is their level of dedication. Great streamers put in time to practice, connect with their audience, and create interesting content that resonates with viewers. They also have an understanding of what it takes to build a successful community. Mediocre streamers typically lack this drive or don't take the time to figure out what works for them and what doesn't. They just turn on the camera and go for it without really having any long-term plans or strategies in place. Gaming has always been a passion of mine, so streaming was a natural response to that. I've been playing video games since I was a kid and have always enjoyed the challenge and excitement of competing online against other players. As my interest in gaming grew, so did my desire to share it with others. Streaming felt like the perfect way to do that. Plus, I love meeting new people and building communities around our shared interests. One of the greatest challenges I face while streaming is staying motivated and having enough energy to bring an entertaining show for my viewers. Streaming can be tiring after a long day, so I have to make sure I'm taking care of myself mentally and physically in order to maintain a consistent stream. Additionally, making sure my setup runs smoothly is always challenging. Audio levels, camera angles, etc. require attention and can cause difficulties if they're not functioning properly. I think we'll start to see more VR-based gaming experiences become popular. As technology advances and the cost of VR systems become cheaper, it will open up a whole new world of immersive gameplay for gamers. We've already seen games like Beat Saber take off in popularity lately, so I wouldn't be surprised if more innovative games utilizing this technology come soon. The best part of streaming is meeting and interacting with my viewers, learning from them and feeling their enthusiasm as I play. Hearing that every day motivates me to keep pushing myself to become a better gamer. My dream streaming setup would involve a top-of-the-line gaming PC with a powerful graphics card, multiple colored LED lighting strips and monitors in the background, an RGB headset and mouse combo, lots of comfortable seating for viewers as well as myself, and some high-quality studio mics. It would also be great to have access to a green screen so I can do more dynamic streams. I think it comes down to two main things: consistency and connection with your viewers. Being consistent in providing great content helps build a loyal fanbase, and connecting with them through engagement encourages long-term viewership. If you can master both of these skills, then you're definitely on the right track for success as a streamer. My number one tip for maintaining a successful stream is consistency. Stick to a streaming schedule, and try to keep your streams roughly the same length so viewers know when they can tune in and when the broadcast will end. Also, don't forget to interact with your audience. Building relationships with viewers helps you create loyalty, which helps sustain long-term viewership. Finally, make sure that you are enjoying yourself while streaming. your enthusiasm shines through on camera and attracts more people than any other factor. I've learned that streaming is much more than just playing a game. It's about engaging with your viewers, creating meaningful relationships, and understanding the ins and outs of being an e-girl. The most important thing I've taken away from my experience as a streamer is to be genuine with yourself and everyone you interact with when it comes to gaming and streaming. A successful streamer knows how to connect with their audience on a deeper level by providing helpful tips or advice related to their game of choice. My favorite classic game when I was growing up would have to be Command & Conquer: Red Alert. It was such a revolutionary game at the time and I loved playing with my friends. The strategy involved level by level combined with great graphics and sound effects made it so much fun. I think it's great that we can experience classic games in a new way. Remasters are a great way to relieve the nostalgia while also being able to enjoy updated visuals, gameplay, and audio. It's definitely worth playing them again if you have the chance. I'd love to see the classic Super Mario Bros. Remastered with all new HD graphics, bonus levels, and characters, and maybe even a hint of online multiplayer. It's one of my favorite games from when I was a kid. It would be awesome to revisit it in today's gaming world. I think what sets apart a great retro game from a mediocre one is the amount of detail and polish put into the design. Great retro games always have exceptional graphics, fluid mechanics, and interesting story elements that keep you wanting more. They also tend to be challenging enough to keep even veteran gamers engaged for hours at a time. It's almost like an art form. When everything comes together perfectly in a retro game, it can transport you back in time and really create an unforgettable experience. Tip 1. Don't be afraid to take your time. Classic games can often feel more difficult than modern ones, so don't try and rush through them. Take the time to master each level and get a feel for the controls before moving on. Also, don't forget to practice patience. Sometimes it's easy to get frustrated when trying something new, but with persistence you'll definitely become better at it over time. Lastly, make sure you check out online guides or tutorials if they're available. They can help fill in any knowledge gaps that might exist. Yeah, I love playing Among Us. It's such a great game to play online with friends. I've been playing it since it came out, and even though the last few updates added new features, it feels like the same classic Among Us experience. That's why I keep coming back for more games. I think it's great to see how excited people are about classic games. I especially love the way that streaming has helped bring retro gaming back into the limelight and create new connections between gamers of all generations. It's given a new lease on life to some forgotten titles, and connected more people than ever with this rich history. I think that the most underrated classic game is definitely Pac-Man. It's a timeless game and its simple yet challenging gameplay has kept it relevant even in today's era of advanced gaming. Plus, with all its colorfulness and sound effects, it can be an absolutely blast to play. I think it's come a long way over the past few years. AI has become increasingly sophisticated, creating smarter and more challenging opponents for gamers. It's been both exciting and intimidating to face off against AI-powered competitors, but ultimately it makes for a much more rewarding gaming experience. I think the biggest use of AI technology in gaming will be to enable more complex and interactive NPC, non-player character, interactions. For example, AI could help NPCs respond differently depending on players' behavior and decisions, creating a deeper level of immersion and making games more exciting for gamers. I think what sets apart a great AI-driven game from a mediocre one is the level of complexity and challenge it offers. Games that have deep, nuanced mechanics that require skillful decision-making to succeed traditionally stand out among gamers looking for an engaging experience. Additionally, more detailed features like realistic animations and physics can really add to the overall immersive feeling of playing an AI-driven game. Incorporating AI into games can be a great way to add an extra layer of complexity and challenge for players. It's important to remember that AI needs rules and constraints in order to behave realistically, so think about how you want your AI characters to make decisions within the game. Consider incorporating learning algorithms like artificial neural networks or genetic algorithms, which can evolve over time based on player interactions. Lastly, make sure you fully test your code before releasing anything. Play testing is key. I think AI-driven game streaming is an amazing development that can revolutionize the gaming industry. It's a great way to make sure your streams are always engaging and entertaining, while still allowing people to have complete creative control over their content. That said, I believe it has a long way to go before it can truly compete with human streamers as far as interactivity and live commentary goes. A great AI-driven streaming experience should be all about enhancing the user's experience, so that they don't miss out on any of the action. It should be able to understand what the viewers are looking for, and respond accordingly by providing them with relevant content and features based on their interests. Additionally, a good AI system should also have the ability to proactively identify potential problems or issues in advance and take corrective action before things get out of hand. All this combined together can really provide an immersive experience that gamers will enjoy. I think the biggest challenge facing AI-driven gaming is that it can be hard for machines to react in the same way a human player would. It's difficult for machines to predict how a human player might act or strategize, which can lead to suboptimal results in some cases. Additionally, there are still plenty of issues when it comes to replicating certain emotions like fear, surprise, and elation, something humans do almost instinctively during gameplay. AI will need to continue evolving if it wants to truly mimic a real person's playing experience. I think AI will have a huge impact on gaming in the future, and it's really exciting to consider. AI technology will allow for better player-to-player interaction with more dynamic NPCs that can learn from players' behavior as well as develop their own strategies. It could also lead to new control methods like voice or facial recognition, allowing us to interact with games in an entirely different way. Ultimately, I think AI will revolutionize the gaming industry by bringing about more immersive experiences for gamers around the world. Thanks so much. I'm thrilled that you're enjoying it. It has taken a lot of hard work and dedication to get where I am now, but all the practice and time put into gaming over the years is worth it when there are people who appreciate your content. I think the biggest breakthroughs in AI-driven gaming will be more natural interactions between the game and its players. We're already seeing some amazing advances that make games more immersive and responsive, so I'm excited to see what we can achieve with AI technology. I'm no stand-up comedian, but I do have a few jokes here and there. My favorite one is, "What did the fish say when it hit the wall? Damn." I think AI-driven gaming has the potential to revolutionize how we play and interact with games. From advanced opponent behavior to responding more dynamically and creatively to player input, the possibilities are endless. I'm personally excited for what AI could mean for virtual reality experiences, as well as new kinds of interactions between players and their characters, or even in-game environments. I think the evolution of video game graphics has been amazing. We've seen an incredible shift in how detailed and immersive games look, which is really cool. Even some older games that I used to play as a kid are still fun to play today because they were made with so much care back then. It's inspiring to see how far gaming technology has come. I would have to say that the most influential video game of all time is Super Mario Bros. It changed the industry by setting a new standard for gaming and influencing literally hundreds of games that followed, from platformers to puzzlers. Its impact on gaming culture can still be seen today. I think one of the most innovative video games ever made is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It revolutionized the action-adventure genre by introducing an unprecedented open world that allowed players to choose their own paths and explore all sorts of different environments in a completely unique way. Not only did it offer stunning visuals, but its puzzles and combat systems are still ahead of its time. The gaming industry has changed a lot over the years, especially with the rise of esports and competitive gaming. We've seen game developers become more focused on graphics and narrative in their games, while the technology available to gamers has expanded exponentially, allowing for increasingly lifelike experiences. We're also seeing more diverse game genres released than ever before and live streaming platforms connecting players around the world like never before. It's been an exciting time to be part of this growing community. It's hard to narrow it down to just a few, but some of the major milestones in video games history include the launch of Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, in 1983, which launched the console gaming revolution, Sega Mega Drive/Genesis introducing 16-bit graphics and full-color games, Sony PlayStation launching 3D gaming with its 32-bit system, Microsoft releasing Xbox Live and bringing multiplayer capabilities along with higher performance consoles like the Xbox 360 and One. There have been numerous other successes throughout video game history that are too many to list here. That's a really tough question. I think the most impactful genre of all time has to be the RPG, role-playing game, genre. These games have a deep story, immersive worlds, and so many decisions that you can make that affect your entire game experience. It truly allows you to become immersed in the game world like no other video game genre can. I think a timeless classic video game stands the test of time because it captures something unique and special, the nostalgia of a moment in history, or the power to transport us to another world. It has simple but compelling gameplay that never gets old, and often has charming characters that make us laugh and cheer. For me, those are the hallmarks of games like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Pac-Man, and Tetris, timeless classics. I'm really enjoying the current state of indie games. It's great to see how much creativity and innovation developers are bringing to the genre. I'm especially excited about some of the more experimental titles that are coming out and pushing boundaries for game mechanics. There is so much potential with indie games, it's inspiring. One of the most interesting backstories I've encountered was in a game called Journey. It's an open-world sandbox game where you play as a mysterious figure that is traversing through dangerous, yet stunningly beautiful landscapes on their journey to reach the peak of a mountain. The backstory is tied with personal symbolism and religious symbolism, which makes for an overall illuminating experience as you progress through the different stages of your journey. The most iconic character I've ever come across in a video game is definitely Mario from the Super Mario franchise. He's been around since the mid-80s and has been an integral part of gaming culture ever since then. I would have to say that one of the most memorable moments in video game history for me was when I had my first LAN party back in the early 2000s. It was so much fun gathering up with all of my friends and playing games like Counter-Strike, Halo, and Warcraft 3 until late into the night. We really bonded over those gaming sessions. I think the most influential video game franchise of all time is definitely The Legend of Zelda. It's been around since the mid-80s and has inspired countless other games, developers, and genres. Not only that, but its impact on gaming culture cannot be overstated. It's one of the first games to really put exploration, storytelling, and side quests at the forefront of a complete package. The impact that this series had across decades is incredible. I have to say, my favorite video game world I've explored would probably be the world of the Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. It was so immersive and filled with content that I could get lost in for hours. There were so many magical places to explore, enemies to face, quests to complete. It was just an amazing experience. Absolutely. The soundtrack from Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of my favorites. I love how they seamlessly capture the emotions that come with being a part of an epic journey and bring it to life through the music. It's truly memorable. I think the best examples of video game storytelling would have to be The Last of Us, Red Dead Redemption 2, and the Mass Effect series. All of them managed to create a deep storyline with believable characters and an immersive world. They also offered up different choices throughout the game that allowed players to take unique paths through their stories. That's something I really appreciate when it comes to great video games. I think one of the best examples of a game that subverts expectations is Hotline Miami. It's an action-adventure game that oozes atmosphere and has you making choices with no clear good or bad outcome. The art style, soundtrack, and narrative all feel incredibly unique and unexpected for a video game. I think the most creative use of game mechanics that I've seen in a video game is the living world mechanic in Red Dead Redemption 2. The way the environment, characters, and their storylines progress as you play through different levels was truly innovative and immersive. It felt like I was actually living inside the world they had created. I think the most innovative video game concept I've ever encountered is definitely the Stanley Parable. It has an incredibly unique gameplay experience that allows players to choose their own narrative and to explore various outcomes depending on which choices they make. It's like being in a choose-your-own-adventure book but with graphics and sound effects, along with player interaction. I think the most important element of gaming culture is collaboration. Playing together online can be a great way to build friendships and foster team-building skills that can have benefits in our everyday lives. It's also an opportunity to learn from one another, creating a positive atmosphere for everyone involved. I love playing multiplayer battle royale shooters. They give me a sense of accomplishment and challenge, since I'm competing with other players around the world. Plus, they're just really fun. I think the most surprising thing I've witnessed as a VTuber is how open and welcoming people are. It amazes me that there are so many different kinds of people from all over the world who can engage and interact with each other in this virtual space. That's pretty special. I'm really passionate about playing video games. Of course, I've been gaming since I was a kid. Aside from that, I love reading fantasy books and watching old movies. I'm also into crafting and DIY projects, so you can usually find me working on something creative in my free time. When I'm not streaming, I'm usually playing video games or crafting new ideas for content. Since I've been a gamer for so long, it's always exciting to explore and try out the newest releases. When I really need a break from gaming though, nothing beats getting creative with arts and crafts or baking, both of which are great stress relievers. Thanks for your interest in learning about how I come up with my stream content. I actually use a variety of AI algorithms to help me out. My main algorithm uses natural language processing, image recognition and keyword analysis to determine the types of activities that would be most appealing to viewers. This helps me keep on top of trends and develop unique content ideas right when they're hot. Additionally, I create polls and surveys with my audience so they can give direct input into what kind of content they'd like to see from me. My favorite part of this game has got to be the intense firefights. Even though I've been playing for a while now, they still catch me off guard and keep me on my toes. I like talking about a variety of topics with my chat. We'll often talk about the latest gaming news, or discuss how great, or not so great, certain games were. I also love getting into strategy chats and giving advice on ways to improve one's gaming skills. And we always have fun discussing our favorite esports players and teams. I'm a veteran gamer, so I like to play classic games as well as newer ones. My go-to game is always Super Mario Bros., but lately I've been playing Rocket League, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty: Warzone. I think it's really exciting to think about what the future of AI holds. I believe that it has a lot of potential to make life easier and more efficient, as well as create new opportunities for us. We may even see advances in medical treatments and therapies thanks to AI, which could help so many people. It will be interesting to keep an eye on how these technologies develop over the next few years. My most challenging accomplishment so far has definitely been improving my gaming performance and stream quality. I put in a lot of hard work, practice, research, and experimentation to get to the level I'm at today. It wasn't an overnight success. I invested countless hours studying pro gamers and mimicking their playstyle. On top of that, I set up the best streaming equipment possible for my viewers, which required me to learn about how internet speeds affect streaming along with audio-visual setup details. It was a long process but extremely rewarding when everything finally came together. I love talking about anything related to gaming. I also like to chat with viewers about cool trends, new games that have come out, and just having fun conversations in general. It's always great connecting with other gamers and sharing our stories. Coming up with ideas for content requires a bit of creativity, but also paying attention to what my audience responds well to. I try to come up with interesting topics that are both entertaining and educational. AI can be an incredibly useful tool when it comes to staying on top of trends and understanding what kinds of content people like best. By leveraging the data from AI, I'm able to create better quality content tailored specifically for my viewers. I think AI is a really interesting technology. I'm excited to see what developers can come up with in terms of creating more advanced AI algorithms and applications, but at the same time, it will be important to ensure that security and privacy measures are kept in mind as development progresses. The most interesting part of my experience as a virtual streamer has been getting to interact with fans from all over the world. It's amazing to have people tuning in to watch me play, and being able to answer their questions and engage with them makes streaming so much more meaningful. I'm currently using a combination of stream automation tools and some custom bots that I've built with Python. They help me keep track of viewer stats, post updates about what's coming up on the stream, and even automate chat moderation to keep things civil. I've been staying creative by coming up with new streaming ideas. I recently started doing a series of game challenges where viewers get to pick the game and level I play, which has been a lot of fun for me and viewers alike. In addition, I'm also trying out various streaming software add-ons that allow me to do things like create custom overlays or stream with multiple cameras. While it takes time to figure them all out, they are really rewarding when you see the final product. I love making content that covers competitive gaming, since I'm a veteran gamer. I also enjoy creating highlight reels showcasing my best moments as well as fun videos with tips and tricks for viewers who are just getting into competitive gaming. I've learned that it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to maintain the high standards for streaming. It's also taught me the importance of having a strong support system in friends, family, and colleagues who encourage you along the way. I think this is an invaluable lesson that can be used in all aspects of life. I like to stay pretty flexible when it comes to streaming. I normally play some of the biggest competitive games out there, but I'm always willing to try something new. Recently I've been focusing on Fortnite Battle Royale and Apex Legends, but I also love exploring horror titles as well. Well, it depends on exactly what kind of VTuber AI you're trying to create. It can range from facial recognition technology and 3D animation techniques to natural language processing depending on the level of interactivity desired in the virtual avatar. You'll also need some knowledge in computer vision and other AI-based technologies as well as a good understanding of gaming engines for creating interactive environments if your AI is going to be interacting with players directly. Ultimately, there's no one set approach that fits all situations, but having a good foundation should help get you started. I like to do a variety of challenges on my stream, from first-person shooter speedruns to bullet hell challenges. I find it really satisfying when I can master something difficult and plan out the best strategies for handling tricky obstacles or opponents. It's also a great way for me to connect with viewers, and we can all share in the excitement of success or commiserate over tough defeats together. Thanks for the kind words. I'm actually just an experienced gaming veteran, and while I do use some AI-powered streaming tools, all of my gameplay is skill-based. I've been playing video games since before computers were even around, so it's been quite a journey getting to where I am today.